The Habs, winners of 6 straight, head to Madison Square Garden to take on the last place New York Rangers in a classic trap game. After rattling off wins against some of the top teams in the NHL, the Canadiens have to be sure to go into New York and TCB. Take care of business.
TCB? Taking care of business.
While the Rangers are in last in the conference, they've been on a bit of a run of their own, winning 3 in a row heading into this one. Montreal's odds to make the playoffs were sitting at 99.9% coming in, and their magic number to qualify for the playoffs was at 7 points. The Habs boasted a road record coming in of 21-8-8. That's their best since 1977-1978. Jacob Fowler gets the start for Montreal as he looks to avenge the defeat he suffered his last time in Madison Square Garden when the Habs blew a 3-0 first period lead and lost 5-4 in overtime, while Igor Shesterkin draws the net for New York. No other changes to the lineup that came out on top against the Lightning on Tuesday night. Jacob Fowler's record sits at 7-5-2 with a 2.59 goals against average and a .903 save percentage, while Shesterkin boasts a 24-16-6 record with a 252 goals against average and a .912 save percentage. Quite impressive for this New York Rangers team. A calm start to this one as both sides appeared hesitant. It was a little disjointed and there were quite a few stoppages early, and that was a fact that I was fine with as a Habs fan, as I just didn't want to see the team being careless and underestimating their opponent just because of their record. The eyes of many a Habs fan were on Cole Caufield in this one as his hunt for 50 goals continued. A play looked like it was setting up for his 48th of the season, but it was broken up at the last second by Alex Lafreniere. Then Juraj Slafkovsky had his stick get up high in the face of Vladislav Gavrikov. That resulted in a double minor penalty for high sticking and sent the Rangers to the man advantage for 4 minutes early. A huge kill was going to be needed for the Canadiens to keep from falling behind against a team that would like nothing more than to play spoiler. Montreal fought hard through the entirety of that double minor, breaking up passes, blocking shots, making timely saves, and getting lucky as a shot by Gavrikov went directly off the post as time was winding down, and the Habs did just enough to survive the penalty and make it through the 4-minute kill. They were rewarded moments later when Oliver Kapanen drew a hooking penalty and sent the Canadiens to the man advantage. Now I still can't believe that Caufield didn't score number 48 on his first chance, a magnificent passing play that somehow didn't find its way into the net. Even after looking at the replay multiple times, I was scratching my head trying to figure out how that one did not go in. The Habs failed to capitalize on their early chance, but the ice began to tilt in their favor from that point on, with solid chances for Danault, Hudson, Newhook, and Dobson, all coming in relatively quick succession. That's not to say the Canadiens completely dominated, as New York still did threaten on a couple of occasions, and what was maybe their best look came off of the stick of Mike Matheson, who almost redirected a puck directly behind his own goaltender. Fowler had to be very alert and sharp in the final minute, and the teams went into the intermission tied at zeros. A scoreless first period on the road is still a win, a solid result for the Canadiens. Even if it's against the lowly Rangers, they're going to look to adjust and try to find a better result in the final 40 minutes of this one. Now, Montreal goes into the second period where they have been shockingly good over the course of the last 8 games, having gone 154 minutes straight without allowing a goal in a second period. And for as much as the game on Tuesday night against the Lightning felt like a playoff game, this one definitely did not have that feeling. It was every bit a 75th game of the year against a team that was totally out of the hunt. Montreal finally managed to flex their muscle here and put themselves out front. A rare face-off win in this one gave the Habs possession in the offensive zone. Ivan Demidov spied Newhook beside him. He realized that Newhook had a much better shooting angle, so he slid the puck over to his line mate, who wired a one-timer by Igor Shesterkin, putting the Canadiens up 1-0 early in the second period. A great start for Montreal, a great way to get the first goal in the game on the road. Let's see how they do from here. Now, right after that goal, Fowler made a quick save, and the Habs followed that up with a dominant shift by the first line, precipitated by a big hit down low by Arbor Jacki, until Juraj Slafkovsky made an absolutely gorgeous, no-look behind-the-back one-touch pass. He tipped the puck out front to Cole freaking Caufield, who blasted a laser beam over the shoulder of Igor Shesterkin into the back of the net for his 48th of the season, just 2 away from the magical total of 50 on the year. His 12th goal in the month of March. He becomes the first Habs since Guy Lafleur to accomplish that feat. Caufield doubles the Canadiens' lead, putting the good guys in front 2-0 with 2 goals in under 2 minutes. Zachary Bolduc then does a great job protecting the puck, draws a high sticking penalty on Will Borgen. Now Bolduc did grab Borgen's stick, so that penalty was not exactly merited, but the Habs went up a man with a chance to take a stranglehold of this one. Caufield again had the Habs' best look with the man advantage, but they weren't able to score, so the lead stayed at 2. Montreal then got dinged for too many men. It's another bench minor on the Canadiens. That's twice in the last 3 games, so if you were going to nitpick about anything, it would be a lack of hustle on line changes by this team. The Rangers go to the man advantage, and the chances came early and often in both directions. Danault and Evans both had great shorthanded looks, while Fowler came up with his absolute best saves of the game while a man down, sprawling across and absolutely robbing Lafreniere. The hot goaltending for the Canadiens has totally transformed this team from what you consider to be a top 10 team in the league to an elite top 3 team in the league the way they've been playing of late. If something even remotely close to this pace can be maintained, Montreal could do some serious damage in the playoffs. Ivan Demidov then wowed the crowd with his elite moves before ripping one off of the bar, coming within inches of a highlight reel goal. Cole Caufield seemed absolutely determined to hit 50 or at least 49 in this one, and if not for the work of Igor Shesterkin, he would have been there already. Jacob Fowler seemed equally determined to maintain the Habs' 2-goal advantage, making more great saves despite not having to make as many as Shesterkin. It was definitely quality over quantity for the Rangers. Montreal went into the second intermission in full control of this one. That's 8 consecutive games now in which the Canadiens have not allowed a goal in the second period. A combined score of 14-0 in the second period in the last 8 games. Now, 20 minutes to do what the elite teams of the NHL do. Shut this one down, ice it, and pick up 2 points to further cement their positioning in the playoff race. The Habs' first line continued to look dominant, getting better and better as the game went along. This line of Caufield, Suzuki, and Slafkovsky really does have the potential to be the best line the Canadiens franchise has seen since Schott, Lemaire, and Lafleur dominated in the 70s. Shesterkin really did appear to be left on an island at times, and I shudder to think where this Rangers team would be without one of the top 3 goalies in the world on their team. It would not be pretty. Shesterkin was doing all he could to keep the Rangers within striking distance, down only 2 goals, when it could have been way more. The Rangers were opportunistic and they benefited from a scramble in front of the Habs net. Fowler lost track of the puck as it squirted out to Adam Fox, who just threw it on target and managed to find a hole, suddenly cutting the Canadiens' lead to 2-1 and causing just a little bit of doubt to start creeping into the minds of Canadiens fans. Now, this isn't a disaster. These things are going to happen. You're going to allow goals. The key for the Habs was how they were going to respond to this game suddenly being just a shot away from a tie. Now, the Habs weren't exactly panicking at this point, but the Rangers were definitely getting some looks, and Fowler had to be on top of things. He was tested multiple times shortly after New York managed to score their first goal. Then it was a shot by Brodzinski that was initially stopped by Jacob Fowler, but the play saw Will Cooley skate right to the crease, trailing Noah Dobson right into his own goaltender. The puck bounced off of Cooley and into the back of the net, undoing all of the hard work of the first 50 minutes in this one and drawing the game even at 2. The path to the Canadiens' net appeared to be a bit too easy in the third period, as the Rangers were really allowed to skate right into the crease relatively uncontested. Marty St. Louis called a timeout to give himself a bit more time to see if he should challenge this goal. He ultimately decided against it, so the Habs had 6 minutes to try and settle this one in regulation and avoid blowing another multi-goal lead against the Eastern Conference's worst team. Montreal responded incredibly. A set play on a defensive zone faceoff that allowed Cole Caufield to streak out of the zone while Mike Matheson rang the puck around the boards. Caufield then did it all by himself, deking the Rangers defender, sweeping the puck by Igor Shesterkin to put the Canadiens in front by a goal. 3-2 Montreal on Caufield's 49th goal of the year, just one away. And I can't say enough about how well executed this set play was from the defensive zone. Very well done. JT Miller had some gripes about the way the faceoff was handled, but you've got to be ready for the puck to drop. Now, the last 3 minutes of this one were incredibly stressful. The Rangers appeared to be seconds away from tying it on multiple occasions. They pulled Shesterkin with 2 minutes to go, and it was all hands on deck. There were mad scrambles in front of Fowler, struggles with rebounds, loose pucks in the Habs zone, missed empty net opportunities for the Canadiens. This one was much more difficult than it needed to be, but the Canadiens managed to pull this one off. Further proof that you can never count any team in the NHL out, especially teams from the East. Even if it's a last place team like the Rangers, they're going to put up a fight. Montreal hangs on for a 3-2 victory, their 7th in a row, the first time they've won 7 in a row in regulation since 2016, a decade. This run by the Canadiens is something we have not seen in a long time. Great win, not the prettiest one, but they got it done against the team they needed to beat. Now they move on to the weekend. They're going to take on the Devils in a home-and-home series on Saturday and Sunday. Let's see how the boys do. That's 4 points that the Canadiens honestly should have against one of the Eastern Conference's cellar dwellers. Anyway, you guys, that's going to be it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you made it to the end of the video, please consider giving us a like and a subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Take a look at the Discord server. The link is in the comments below as well. And have a great night, guys.
Let's have your stick, buddy.
Face off win there, Susie. Good job at the end, boys. It's a big 2 points. Keep it rolling.